Hi everybody, my name is Brittany Estes, and this video is to walk you through your syllabus and your course calendar. I'm going to walk through this as quickly as I can. There is a quiz associated with this after. If you ever need to access the syllabus, the course calendar, it will always live here. It will also always live in the syllabus tab in the left corner, left side panel of your console. So this is your 4-week online course for English 2328. This is American Lit since 1865. If you need it, my email is right there. It's brittany.estes@mat@tccd.edu. And this course runs from July 7th to August 6th. So American Lit since 1865 basically looks at different genres and texts as we kind of emerge from the post-Civil War into this new quote-unquote American identity. So we're going to be looking not only at canonical texts that help shape that identity, but we'll also be looking at some of those marginalized voices that maybe aren't studied quite as much to look at how those were either a part of or not included in the canon of what that American identity became. You guys can read the course goals and the learning outcomes yourself. You do need to make sure that you have access to Blackboard for this course, obviously. The software that you'll need, make sure that you have Microsoft Word. That really is the only thing that you absolutely need to have. When you turn in your essays, to run them through the plagiarism detection and to make sure they render on screen where I can add commas to them, it has to be a Word doc. Can't be pages, can't be text, can't be Google Docs, can't be PDFs. So Word is available to you guys. The Microsoft Office Suite is available to you guys for free through TCC. So if you don't have it, make sure you go download Word. If you're a Mac user, you absolutely must go download Word. And then the textbook is required. It's Norton Anthology of American Lit, volumes C, D, and E. Any edition is acceptable. I have the 8th edition. I believe the current is the 9th edition. So just honestly, I'm fine with whichever edition you guys want to get. Whichever edition is most affordable for you is fine. Just note that the pages may be a little bit different, and one or two of the texts may or may not be in the edition you have. So most of these are Googleable as well. So if it's not in the edition you have, you can probably find it pretty easily on Google. And making sure you understand how to use Blackboard obviously is kind of key for this course. There is a Blackboard 101 video available to you guys in the syllabus tab. Just kind of walks you through how to use Blackboard for this course and specifically the different assets that we use. If instruction here is semi-self-paced, so it's divided on a weekly basis. Everything is due Sunday night of each week at 11:59 p.m. You actually are going to have access to all 4 weeks of the course at once, so you'll be able to work ahead if you need to. Say you know you have something coming up at the end of July, you can work ahead a little bit if you need to. There's 3 units in this essay. Each has a 3 units in this course. Each has a major unit essay. The first is kind of looking at that new American identity from post-Civil War up through World War I. That's going to be a 15%, that essay, of your grade. The second is literature, the modernist literature during the wars, basically. It's World War I and World War II. That essay is 20% of your grade, and your final essay is postmodern, basically takes us from World War II up to where we are now. That's 25% of your grade. So together, those count for 60% of your grade. The remaining 40% comes from your quizzes, which are 10, your writing assignments, which are 5, weekly blogs and discussion boards are 10 each, and then attendance or participation is 5%. The grading scale is there for you guys if you need it. Incompletes don't often occur, but they can occur for extreme circumstances. In that case, you would work with me and the college to establish the kind of workflow after the course is over and what that final deadline with all the coursework would be and what you would need to deliver. Each week is divided, as I said. Your work is due on Sunday night of each week at 11:59 p.m. So if, for example, the week is outlined as, say, week 3, which is, say, November 6th through 10th, that means everything is due Sunday, November 12th at 11:59 p.m. I send you guys a weekly email that outlines the exact work for the week and the deadlines. Deadlines are also listed in multiple places, as you'll see throughout the course structure. So you'll always know what's due when. And then because this is an English Lit course, everything is MLA. So that means for major essays, it'll be 1-inch margins, double space, Times New Roman, Arial, or Cambria font, 12 point. And everything is checked through SafeAssign, which is the plagiarism detection tool. when it's turned in. So because the course is A, very short, and B, semi-self-paced, and C, that you can work ahead, late work is not accepted. You have the ability to work at your leisure each week whenever it best fits your schedule. So whether you have work schedules or family or whatever it might be, you're able to fit the work into your schedule. So that's why late work is not accepted. Plus, as I said, we are moving extremely quickly in a 4-week course. So there's just no time for late work to be made up. Grades can be tracked through Blackboard's gradebook tool. I will keep them updated as much as I can, so you always know where you stand. There is an attendance policy in place through the college that even though we're an online course, that simply means that if you're missing more than 15% of the cumulative class instruction, the instructor has the right to drop you from the course. So just make sure that you're logging in, doing your work each week, and communicating with me as you need to. The withdrawal policy is here if you guys need it. And as I said, participation is 5%. And that simply means, as I said, logging in, doing your work, communicating with me, doing your assignments, you'll get the 5%. Classes begin, like I said, July 7th. Your final add-drop day is July 30th. And the final day of the class is August 6th. And academic dishonesty, it's pretty simple. Don't do it. If you plagiarize any assignment to any degree, you are susceptible to receiving a failing grade on the assignment. You could be subject to failing the course. You could also face suspension or expulsion. You could be kicked off of any extracurriculars. And TCC has a very clear plagiarism policy. So plagiarism is, cheating, collusion, plagiarism, and even self-plagiarism. So that means you cannot recycle work from other courses or recycle work from earlier in the course. So say you did a blog and then associated that, just pulled that directly into your essay. That's not going to work. You have to have original content. You can't self-plagiarize in the course. And that is very clearly outlined here for you guys. As I said, there's a number of things that could really happen to you, and it's just not worth it. The max that you're going to write for me is a 3 to 4 page paper. So it's, again, for a 4-week course and a 3 or 4 page paper, it's really not worth what could happen as far as failing the course or being expelled from the college to plagiarize. So SafeAssign is really, really good. It will find not only anything that's plagiarized from the internet, it'll highlight it, it'll take me directly to the source. I can compare them side by side. It'll also find other student work. It'll find your previous work. And it's very accurate. So again, please don't do it. It's just not worth it. All right, instructor information. You guys can expect responses to me from me within 24 hours. Everything. The official policy is 2 weeks return for any assignments. Obviously, this course is much quicker, and I'll try my best to get things graded much more quickly for you guys. And then online office hours can be held upon request using the interactive call features within Blackboard. If you need student support services, that information is all here for you guys. If you need disability support services, that is available to you as well. Any type of specific accommodation must be, there's some paperwork involved. It must be facilitated through the Disability Support Services office. So make sure that if you do need a special accommodation that it goes through them. And any technical requirements, really just make sure you have internet, make sure you have, like I said, Microsoft Office Word specifically is really all I want to make sure that you guys have. And then make sure you have access to your TCC email account. If there is any kind of technical issue, first take a screenshot of the issue. You can send that to me. You can send me an email, please, at the time of the issue with a screenshot if available. That will help me. I can help you, possibly. I've been teaching on, this LMS for a while. I might be able to help facilitate a solution, but you also do want to call the 24/7 help desk. That is always available to you. They are fantastic. They can help you with a lot of different things. So make sure you do those 3 things. Email me, take a screenshot, and call the help desk. If you have any kind of technical issues, they should be able to help as well. Okay, so that is the syllabus. Quickly, I'm going to run through the course calendar for you guys. So the course calendar is pretty simple. Weeks 1 is going to look at the first unit. That's going to be our new American identity that takes us from the Civil War up through World War I. So because, again, this course is incredibly short, we have just a few texts. So we have some choices for you guys. So you're going to look at not only the introduction to the course, MLA, the basics. You'll look at a selection of poetry from Walt Whitman. Then you'll have a choice. You can either choose to read Booker T. Washington or W.E.B. Du Bois. You make that choice. There's an assignment associated with that one. And then you'll have a second option where you can choose either Kate Chopin or Zit Khalasa. You'll read a text from that author. So we'll be looking at some marginalized voices as well. And your first essay is going to be due on Sunday, July 12th at 11:59 p.m. It's a short essay, knowing it's the first week, but that is your first essay. The second unit is going to be Modernism and Literature. So this one will look at Robert Frost, we'll look at T.S. Eliot, we'll also look at Hemingway or Fitzgerald or Hughes or McKay. And I'm still working through the course, so if I feel that this is a little too much for this week, I might take out T.S. Eliot for you guys. But your second essay is going to be due on Sunday, July 19th at 11:59 p.m. And then in your third unit, which will take up the last 2 weeks, that is going to be our postmodernism unit. So that's going to be a number of different poets from postmodern poets from post-World War II. We also have Sylvia Plath, Updike, and Ralph Ellison as well. And then the fourth, there's of course assignments associated with each of these. And then the fourth and last week, you'll have a choice when you start that week with Sandra Cisneros or Amy Tan. And then you will have the rest of the week to work on your final essay. So that's going to be due on Sunday, August 2nd at 11:59 p.m. And the last week is actually your finals week, and you don't have a final in my course. What you do have is an extra credit opportunity available to you. If you choose to complete that, that will be due on Monday, August 3rd at 11:59 p.m. And that's it. That's the end of the course. So it should be pretty short and straightforward for you guys. Like I said, I'll send you guys emails each Monday that outlines the exact assignments, what's due, what the due date is. And as always, please feel free to email me with any questions at all. So there is a quiz associated with all this information just after this. So go ahead and move down and take that quiz.